You can start.
Welcome to AC Flora High School in Forest Acres, South Carolina. This is the Richland Post 215 AAA Red hosting the North Augusta Post 71 AAA. Got Alex here with me.
Welcome. It's good to be back. Of course, Jeff and I were on our respective vacations. Jeff had probably more of a fun time than I did, but
Yeah, I suppose.
probably I would assume.
Ace had a more fun time than I did, though.
My sister probably had a more fun time than I did in Chicago, but hey, I got to see beautiful Wrigley Field.
Would she beat you at mini golf too?
No, I didn't. To be fair, I didn't spend that much time. We were on the lake together, but then I didn't see her the next 2 days really. So just with how everything went.
Yep.
But no, we're back and better than ever in this July heat.
Yeah. Celebrity coach for the 215 AAA Red today.
Yeah. Coach Dorsey with, I'm not sure what the whole reason is, but I'm assuming part of it is he's off this week since the senior team can't touch the field. So AAA Red is back here, and what not could be, is their last regular season game of the season, I believe, unless I misread that, since playoffs start next week for AAA.
AAA, and I guess we might try to get a AA game if we have it.
They're not here.
They're not here at all.
No,
when playoffs.
Oh, playoffs, yes.
Yeah.
So I know, Gold is first place. They're phenomenal right now, so they'll play at Ben Lippen. Of course, Red will play here. We'll have to just kind of see what the schedules work out for me and Jeff. Jeff is done with lacrosse, though, after his boys did. Also, why are half the jerseys the same and half aren't?
I guess we have some colors.
Maybe. So, but yeah, no. North Augusta, I will say, is playing very well to start the season, or not start the season, to kind of go into the season rather.
Yeah, we're on the winding down part of the season.
But to say, it feels like the season's flown by though. Just how the summer works. I feel like you blink and you miss it, and now all of a sudden we're like one week away from playoffs. But yeah, they're 7-1 this season, and they are 6-0 at home, and they're 1-1 away. So hopefully we can get them here. There's of course, I'll dial up my broadcasting in a second, as the AAA Red teams had an up and down season, to kind of put it there.
Yeah.
But as we saw last year,
the AAA Gold last year was
around the same,
sub
and then
500.
Yeah, I mean sub 500. They were about. I mean, AAA Red's 3-8, and they were about the same as AAA Red, and then proceeded to go win state. So it all matters about, as we talked about, just gelling toward the end of the year, and with all the kids, coming in and out. Like McLean has not played a ton of Legion, and yet he's right there today. So should be a ton of fun tonight, and hopefully boys can get back in the win column and knock off a very good North Augusta team en route to a playoff push.
Yeah. Is McLean pitching on it?
No, McLean's in the center. But I don't know if you saw, Jeff, McLean hit his first homer of his high school career, technically, at believe a perfect game event this past weekend.
Oh, fantastic.
Yes, he's one of the top prospects in, as Jim Stevens has told me, I know a lot. He's one of the top prospects in that upcoming sophomore class, so keep an eye on him tonight. He'll be fun to watch in center, along with the rest of the AAA Red team, of course. I'm not going over.
We're just gonna watch him.
Okay, sounds good. You can just focus on him in center. No one else matters. All right.
I will keep faith with my teammates. I will keep my temper. I will keep myself fit. I will keep a stout heart in defeat. I will keep my pride under control in victory. And I will keep a sound soul, a clean mind, and a healthy body. Now everyone please stand and remove your hats as we honor the United States of America with the playing of the national anthem.
All right.
Play ball.
Play ball.
Play ball.
I guess we know our starting 9 since there are 9 of them.
We know we're starting 10. There's 10 of them.
Oh, are there 10 ones?
Yeah, let's go around the diamond real quick. Starting in left field, Colton Cowling in left, McLean Knight center, Cole Clary right, Ben Clary playing third, Luke Lockhart at short, Brennan Fudger second base, James Helfer at first. Of course, Jeff knows him very well. Jack Long behind the dish, Tank Gaines on the bump, and DHing is Cam Hagans.
Nice. Here, let me put some background music on.
And for North Augusta, we'll roll around the diamond as well. We'll roll through the lineup. Leading off, the catcher, Wyatt Long. Batting second, the center fielder, Colin Neal. Third, the first baseman, A.J. Warren. Cleanup duties, the left fielder, he's Evan Bates. At short, batting fifth, Dylan Morrison. Sixth, the DH, Ryder Rutland. Batting seventh, Madden Britton playing second. Batting eighth, the right fielder, Charlie Prince, as I almost wrote in Charlie Scott when I was writing that. You'll be proud of me, Falcon Faithful. And then batting ninth, the third baseman, Jackson Bradley. On the bump is Gray Parker for North Augusta, who, it's a lot of fun what they do, you know, comparatively to just how, you know, our team works as well. Is this AAA Red team was very much last year was very much what the senior team was for AC, well, not the senior, the varsity team was for AC Flora this year, with all those youngins. And North Augusta pretty much does the same thing. North Augusta Post 71 is all North Augusta. Now, of course, we don't really see them on the diamond as much, but it is just kind of fun to look at what the future of North Augusta looks like, as well as a little bit of everything for the 215. This is, you've got a little bit of 215-ish in here with the Dreer kids. You got some Ben Lippin and then some Flora as well. If I can talk correctly, that'd be awesome. But no, looking forward to hopefully a fun night as me and Jeff are back at Falcon Field for one.
And it's not oppressively hot, which is nice.
Well, we are in very big gratitude to these clouds that are rolling through right now, which it would be, trust me, I was sweating as I was updating everything coming into the game, but we're now here ready to rock and roll, and hopefully see some good baseball after some much needed vacation time for, hopefully, I assume both of us. I don't know how you're holding up over there.
Oh yeah, no, I feel great.
Oh, okay, good.
Did you say Gaines is on the mound?
Yeah, Hank Gaines on the bump. What's up?
What has he done? Do you have stats for him?
Of course I do.
Excellent.
Making his 5th appearance of the season, 3rd start. Gave up 11 earned runs over 15 2/3 innings pitched. Has 11 strikeouts compared to 13 walks. He's looking to get some help from his defense tonight. It's been a kind of up and down, I feel like, year for the defense here in the 215 AAA teams. But, you know, as I said, kind of toward the end of the year, it's how you gel. And it feels like the gold team's a ton of Spring Valley when you mix in a couple other kids like Ben Lippin and everything. But this AAA Red team, they don't play a lot with each other. You know, it's a lot of Dreer, a lot of Flora, and now they're trying to gel. So hopefully, you know, you get these guys gelling together late in the season, and that really can help out. And hopefully, again, playoff push.
Yep. That's right. And like you said, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. And last year was a huge example of that.
Exactly. 215 taking home their per state title in any division. The AAA Gold team, who, again, top of their division. North Augusta, they're second in their division, but of course a very strong start for them. We'll have to see what they can do, and we'll see how it starts off. Leading off, the catcher, Wyatt Long, left-hander at the dish. The right-handed Hank Gaines will don the rubber, and let's play 5 at least, hopefully a full 7 and a win. The right-hander fires home. The first pitch swung on and missed, change up away, and we're underway, Jeff.
Yeah.
It's been so long. I feel like I'm going to shake off the rust again. I feel like, you know, with baseball, it's like, with the blowfish last summer, I was able to kind of like stay in a rhythm as the 0-1 on the way. Swung through a changeup. It's 0-2.
Yeah, it's a lot of baseball with blowfish.
I mean, the blowfish, one of my good friends is now doing it, Spencer. He was my color last year, but now he's in the driver's seat. It feels like he's every night when it, like with me, you know, as the 0-2 on the way is lined over to short, and that's over the head of Lockhart in the shallow left. A leadoff single for Long, who takes the hard turn but holds up at first. You know, for us, it's like you play a game or two every week, but then you kind of lose it a little way. So that's why I feel like a lot of my highlights for my broadcast tape are in the Forest Acres Classic, even though I do so much and I am tired by the end of it. It's one of those things where, you know, you get in that rhythm.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, for sure.
Hopefully I'll find my rhythm here as the right-handed center fielder. Colin Neal digs in, runner at first, nobody gone. Gaines allowing his first hit of his outing. First pitch on the way from the right-handers, a way high fastball, ball 1. As I said, North Augusta, very strong start to the season. Well, very strong start. A strong going of the season as of late, 7-2. They're trying to take atop their division. They're not in the same division as us, though. They play in a division with a couple other AAA teams as the 1-0 called strike one on the outside edge, 1-1. But they play in with North Augusta, West Columbia. West Columbia is both their teams, excuse me. Which is interesting considering that's like our whole senior division. 1-1. Fastball bounces in, ball 2.
Yeah, I guess for Legion Ball, it is like 2 seasons. The regular season in June and then playoffs is completely different.
Pretty much. It's, it's one of those things. In high school, I'm pretty much able to kind of do averages around the 1/3 mark of the season. Like right now, I'm starting to do averages now, and some of the kids don't even have 20 at-bats this summer. Just how it goes. Runner goes. The 2-1 fastball's called. Strike 2 on the outside edge. The throw in is second offline. Long will swipe second, and it will be a 2-2 count. It's weird, just especially also everyone's taking vacations. So, obviously the big omission right now is, I believe Campbell Conley and Riggs Scott are both off away, I would assume, today.
Yeah.
They're not in the lineup, AKA. Time call to the dish is Colin Neal will step out.
Yeah, so sometimes it's not until playoffs before you actually field a full team.
Correct. And I think we saw that last year with Nolan Cook, or 2 years ago with Nolan Cook, who was overseas after his graduation.
That's right.
Did not join the team. The 2-2. Fastball bounces in. It'll be a full count incoming to Neal. So, it's a weird summer with how the AAA and varsity work, senior team. We'll have to just kind of keep an eye on everything. Of course, we'll be doing all the playoff games here, at least. I would hope so, potentially, as long as schedules line up.
Yeah. And the...
Very confident, yeah, from Jeff.
And the senior team does... control its own destiny, right?
Correct. Payoff on the way. Fastball got him looking. Strike 3 on the outside edge. Froze Neal. There's out number 1. But yes, senior team is atop their division. This is their off week, but they have 5 games left after 2 got rained out against Chapin Newberry. They will play those at Newberry College. Not next week, but the week after. Next week, they have a 3-game set with West Columbia. We will see them here, I believe, next Wednesday. If I'm not mistaken.
That's going to be 2 away and 1 home?
Yes, 2 away, 1 home. So it's either Tuesday or Wednesday. Well, the left-handed A.J. Warren digs in. The right-handed Gaines fires. The first pitch is a changeup that's bounced over to the right side in foul ground. I can double-check on that. If you give me 1 second, but I do believe we will be seeing them. That's the AAA Red team. Yeah, the senior team, yes, Wednesday will be home. We're away Monday, Thursday at West Columbia, which hosts the reigning 4A state champion Airport Eagles, as well as some White Knoll Timberwolves, I believe. The 0-1 fastball high, ball 1.
And BC, what school do they play at? Do you know?
I would assume Airport. I actually don't know. I can check those. The cool thing about Game Changer that I don't utilize enough is they have a home field. Oh, no, Brooklyn Casey.
Brooklyn Casey, okay.
Which is, weirdly, I can go watch the game.
Yeah.
Because it's like a walk from my house, or my apartment. 1-1 on the way from Gaines. Fastball finds the dirt, ball 2. So 2-1 count, 1 gone here, opening frame. Runner on second for North Augusta. It's Wyatt Long at the dish, A.J. Warren versus Hank Gaines on the hill. That's why when we didn't play BC last year in football after, I was like home and home maybe, which would have been really cool because I was so close. So they drive to Memorial. Yes, 2-1. Swung through. Fastball on the inside edge. Looks like Warren may have been a changeup considering how ahead Warren was.
Yeah.
It just didn't move like a changeup until late, maybe.
Yeah, no, it's pretty hard throw. Yeah, so I've streamed football from there and basketball during the KC Round Ball Classic or whatever it's called.
Brooklyn Casey, very nice hosts.
Yeah.
2-2 is popped into the air. A fastball that will be flown toward the North Augusta dugout on the left side, and it will hit out of play as the catcher Long shed the mask.
Brooklyn Casey is also where Colin Murray Boyles and G.G. Jackson played their only game against each other in high school.
Top 10 draft pick, both of, no, not G.G., but Colin Murray Boyles was.
Yep.
Of course, he's going to Toronto. Gaines comes set out of the stretch. He'll deliver the 2-2. That one's poked into shallow right field. Coming on is Clary, and it will have to drop for a base hit. However, after that ball hung up, it made Long wait, so he's at third. Warren has a 1-out single. Runners at the corners here for the cleanup hitter, Evan Bates.
What about number 23,
So the rising senior at first. You got Wyatt Long. If I can find it, the rising senior. And now the rising senior, Evan Bates, at the dish. Of course, my limited work for this was not by choice, unfortunately. Right on, right first pitch on the way. Fastball misses in tight ball one. I may or may not have chose the wrong game to figure out.
You chose to be wrong.
I chose to be wrong. Is that new, Jeff? The big red box on the foul pole?
No, there's a bin there, but...
Runner at first goes, the one-hand goes. Ground right up the middle to Gaines. He knocks it down and will throw home. It's a late throw that allows Long to slide in safely. A fielder's choice for the first run of the game. I remember ruling that a fielder's choice on my end. It looked like if Gaines wanted to go to first, he would have had the out, but instead he tried to throw out the runner coming home, and Long slid under the tag. Well, Long slid under the tag from Long.
Yes.
Had to check myself there for a second. So 1-0 now in the lead for North Augusta 71. The 2-1-5 red team going to try to stop the damage here as the left-handed shortstop Dylan Morrison digs in. First pitch fastball stays in tight, ball one.
Trying to look at the satellite image of Brooklyn Casey's stadium. Like if theoretically.
That one hard hit down the right field line, foul.
Jeez,
I wasn't expecting
a violent sound.
Me and Jeff are both looking down. The one problem about broadcasting the stands, when I look down, I have to look like straight down instead of like looking up still in a way. So it's a fun view because I can see all the pitches break, but it's the unfun view of when a loud snap hits, I had to look up and wonder what happened.
Yeah.
1-1, one gone. Gaines fires. Curveball is bounced foul to the right side. It's quickly 1-2 here against Morris in the 5-hole. If it gets that far, Ryder Rutland batting sixth. He's on deck. Runners at first and second, 1-0 lead for North Augusta. 1-2 count, one gone, opening frame. My little reset. Gaines kicks and deals, the 1-2. Fastball upstairs, ball two. Are you still looking at Brooklyn Casey over there, Jeff? So we're playing North Augusta?
It's really weird. The press box looks like it's off center.
I'm not sure. 2-2. Breaking ball stays away. It'll be a full count here. Third base is open. It will load him up for the DH, Ryder Rutland. 2-1-5's red team trying to stave off an early inning onslaught from one of the best teams in AAA. The payoff on the way is popped straight foul. Looked like a changeup ups in the zone. So we'll do it one more time. Long pause between Gaines and Morrison. Gaines will fire the payoff. Breaking ball. That one's chopped over to second. Could be two. Fudger waits back on it. Bobbles it. Only play to first, and he cannot throw out the speedy Morrison. That is an E4 that will load him up.
Ooh. Infield in, I guess?
We'll see what Coach Dorsey wants to do here. Again, limited options with the limited dugout availability you have left.
Yeah. Looks like the corners are not. Well, I guess second and short are played double play.
Yeah, corners are playing. Well, no, first base is playing behind the bag. The first pitch is a wild swing and a miss through a breaking ball in the dirt. 0-1 here as the DH Ryder Rutland digs in for the first time. Right on right. But no, third base is in, Clary, but everyone else is playing pretty far back. Of course, in middle infield, double play depth, Lockard and Fudger. As well as the first baseman, Helfer, playing way behind the bag. The 0-1 slowly tapped over to short. Lockard has to run and only throw to first. The throw is offline, and Helfer can't dig it out. That'll at least score a run. Another one will come home from second. Helfer digs it out, but another error brings home two. It's now 3-0. So a slow roller to short. Warren comes home from third. Bates, after the errant throw, comes around from second. Morrison gets to third. Rutland gets to second.
Not the start we wanted.
Not ideal, but long.
Yeah, a lot of baseball.
A lot of baseball left. And luckily, Jeff, the Mets were postponed tonight. I mean, I get to watch two games tomorrow on my day off.
Clear-headed, ready to go. Oh, they're playing two tomorrow?
Yeah, against the Brewers. We're probably going to lose both, but it's fine. We've been struggling. Right on right, Madden Britton digs in. The first pitch curveball stays in tight, ball 1. So, of course, again, as I said, limited prep work, but I believe Britton was actually on this North Augusta team last year. The 1-0 is lined in the right field. Coming on is Claire, but that will drop for a base hit. Everyone only moves up a bag, but it will be an RBI single for Britton. Rutland goes to third. Morrison comes in to score the 4th run of the first inning.
Number 6, Charlie Prince.
So now the 8th man in the order, Charlie Prince, will come up. Left on right, Gaines trying to fight through here in the first. Runners at the corners, still only 1 out. Gaines kicks in deer, runner at first goes. The fastball is wide, ball 1, throwing to second's a good one, but not in time to get Britton. If it gets that far, Jackson Bradley batting 9th is in deck, and then lineup potentially would turn over for North Augusta. Gaines kicks and deals, the 1-0. Breaking ball wide, ball 2. You know, weirdly, Jeff, when I was working today, I was thinking a lot about, you know, the baseball season as a 2-0 fastball call, strike 1 on the outside edge, 2-1. Just thinking about the baseball team next year, and, you know, it feels like this is that our Falcons have a chance to really kind of make a second chance out of this season with how much they return from next year.
Yeah.
You know, in a weird way, as a 2-1 on the way. Fastball low, ball 3. It'll bring a count to 3-1 as first base is open for the 9-hole who's waiting on deck, but...
Yeah, no, it should be a fun year for us.
I'm hoping so.
Football should be good. Lacrosse
should be really good, and the baseball will be good.
Baseball will be good. The soccer team should be really good too.
3-1 curveball is checked, swung over to the North Augusta dugout, and then I'll fill her up here with 1 gone. And you know, I think weirdly enough, I equate this baseball season potentially to, you know, as of course I'm a football guy, but the Ohio State Clemson series is, you know, when Clemson knocked off the Buckeyes, it was. As an Ohio State fan, I watched the hype video for the second game, of course. Before we get there, though, payoff from Gaines on the way. The fastball's tapped foul off the chest protector of Long, and we'll do it one more time. But one of the words that I liked as a broadcaster was what, you know, after, obviously, Ohio State lost the game 1, it was narrated that, like, you know, you thought that the story was over, but it was just the beginning of another one, as now there's a second chance to come, and with a lot of... hopefully pissed off seniors coming back on that team, we can hopefully figure it out. 3-2 curveball stays up around the letters. A nice at-bat from Charlie Prince. He works the walk and will now load the bases with still only 1 out. But I thought that was a fun way to look at it, you know, kind of, you know, in a season, as we're going to go to a mound visit for the first time tonight.
Yeah.
A season that was kind of like, you know, kind of marred in a way. It was a great season from our Falcons, but just the ending kind of left a sour taste in everyone's mouth.
Yeah.
Now they have a chance to rewrite that ending and make it another ending next year.
Yeah.
Which is probably how I'll lead off the next year's season.
Yeah, and they got to be the best team going in, right? Or favored.
Just matters about pitching. I mean, someone's got to still be that second pitcher after Sparky left. I mean, Sam's going to be the ace, but Tyler, Scott, one of the youngins, someone's got to do it. That's going to be the really only question mark on that team. Because, I mean, I think we have the bullpen to do it. I think we'll be fine with Monty and Joe Ray and everything. It just kind of matters of who's going to be that Thursday starter for us. I mean, that will be, of course, the biggest miss with Sparky going to college at Charleston. He was incredible for us this year. I mean, you know, watching his junior year and his senior year, it's almost like watching a different player. I know I'm talking about Sparky on a AAA broadcast, but still, he basically looked at everybody and said, "I'm better than you," and struck out everybody.
Yep.
You know, he started off kind of up and down, like his first 2 starts, and then all of a sudden a better year than Sam, and Sam had a great year. Right on, right first pitch. That one's grounded over to the third baseman. Clary gloves it, who bobbles it, and there's no play at any base. It will be a error now on the third baseman that brings home the 5th run of the inning. So North Augusta will bat around.
Still just 1 out.
Yeah, still just 1 out. The catcher, Wyatt Long, will come back up. He led off the game after falling behind 0-2 in the count, singled over to left field, and has since then allowed the bases of the onslaught to continue. Right on left, first pitch, fastball low, ball 1. You know, and unfortunately, I don't really follow North Augusta. Are they? I'm sure they're 4A, right? Or are they 3A?
No, they're 4A.
Okay, that's what I thought. 1-0 on the way. Fastball is carved the other way into the left field side. Coming over is Cowling, and that ball will fall in fair territory down the left field line. Late break from everyone means the throw into third is in time for an out. The runner at second, Prince, wasn't sure if Cowling was going to get that ball. And now that is going to be an unconventional out number 2, but an RBI single for Wyatt Long.
Yeah, that was weird that they were tagging up, I guess.
Yeah, I'm not sure why.
Yeah, the guy going to third needs to be halfway.
That's a base running runner on Prince. You're gonna have to be halfway on that ball because you kind of have to read that Cowling's not gonna get there. Right on, right curveball called, strike 1 to Colin Neal, who's batting for the second time this inning. You have to kind of be halfway in between. Both first and second have to be halfway in between, and I think kind of once that ball starts to really fall, you can probably start taking off and potentially get home on that.
Yeah.
0-1 count. That curveball is lined to the right side, but foul. Quickly be 0-2 here against Neal. Of course, my limited baseball knowledge of I played in high school a long time ago. But I do watch a lot. I know baseball, unfortunately. Well, fortunately for me. This is my second favorite sport to watch. Better than lacrosse. 0-2, breaking ball in the dirt, ball 1.
Say second favorite after lacrosse?
Better than lacrosse. Football will forever be number 1.
Weird.
I know, it's really weird. How many people follow lacrosse on a yearly basis? That Major League Lacrosse league was doing really well, right?
The Premier League. Yeah.
I don't know what it's called. The 1-2.
The PLL.
That one's flown into center field as the center fielder, second baseman, right fielder converge, but it's the center fielder, McLean Knight, who grabs that one in shallow right center to limit the inning. However, 6 runs come across from North Augusta. They lead it 6-0 going to the bottom of the first. We come back. Welcome back to Falcon Field. North Augusta in front 6-0 against the AAA Red team, but of course the best way to start a comeback is with a couple hits, and Luke Locker will try to do that. The left-handed shortstop versus the right-handed Gray Parker. First pitch on the way is a fastball in tight, ball 1. Of course, we've seen Luke Locker, been one of the premier players on this 2-1-5 Red team. He continues to do that, hitting .345 this summer, 4 RBIs. I believe it's now 1-1 after the fastball was tapped foul. Yep, okay. Got to trust myself sometimes eventually. Well, the scoreboard was wrong. So
Oh, okay.
it was 0-2. 1-1, swung through and missed. Change up low. Quickly 1-2 here against the starting shortstop for the Blue Devils, Dreer, who hit .347 for Dreer this past season. 1-2 from Parker. Changeup is tapped foul. Nice job from Blocker to spoil a nice one on the outside edge. It'll be 1-2. Well, it's been so long. We'll go run through the order real quick. Locker, Knight, Hagens leading off the first three here in the first inning. And then before that, the 1-2 on the way. Fastball's fouled straight back. I didn't flinch, don't worry. As it came right at me. Stay 1-2. After that, it's Fudger, Cowling, Helfer, Long, Clary, well, Ben Clary, Cole Clary. That is your starting 9 on the hitting side. Of course, the only person you did not hear was Hagens, as he's DHing for Gaines. The 1-2 from Gray is chopped over to the second baseman. Britton's got it. Throws over to first in time. Gets out the speedy Locker for out number 1. And of course, again, just like everyone else on this team, Gray Parker is going to North Augusta, a rising sophomore. And now he'll get one of the best rising sophomores in the state, McLean Knight. McLean Knight had a lot of his hitting stats on JV, hit .308 for the JV Falcons as the left-hander digs in against the right-hander and swings through a changeup. It's 0-1. He had a couple of big innings against for varsity, including against a very talented Miller team that dominated through their state championship. For Virginia, I might say. For those from North Augusta who don't know who Miller is. The 0-1. Breaking ball's tap foul. It's 0-2. I will say Parker loads up the strike zone early here against the first 2 batters. Knight unfortunately got the loss in that Miller game, but I mean, he pitched very, very well. Just a very talented Miller team that was able to rally late against AC Flora. The 0-2. Fastball low, ball 1. Parker throws his first ball since, I believe, the first pitch of the game. The right-hander will wind and deal. The 1-2. Fastball, that one's hardly grounded over to the shortstop. Morrison bobbles it, and he cannot field it cleanly. McLean Knight, with his speed, easily beats it out. I believe that will be an error, but it will allow the 2-1-5 to get their first base runner of the evening.
So you need one base runner at a time.
I mean, the only way to eat elephant is one bite at a time.
That's
and
right.
6-run leads are nothing small to surmount, but of course we can. Cam Hagens will dig in. Right on right. One gone. The first right-hander Parker gets. Knight goes first pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 1. The throw into second. On a line in time. Long guns down Knight. Nice tag from Morrison. Just like that, there's 2 away. Well, Knight is now thrown out for the first time this summer. He had 6 stolen bags coming into today. Now it's 0-1 as Hagens awaits the pitch. Breaking ball misses low. Ball 1, 1-1 for Hagens, who is hitting .227 this summer. 2 ribbies for the right-handed Blue Devil. 1-1 is carved foul the other way. Out on the right side, it's quickly 1-2 after Parker is no stranger to working quickly.
All right, I have a new line for you for baseball in the future.
Yes.
All right. North Augusta puts up a pachyderm in the first.
Oh,
wait,
swinging drop third strike as that ball gets all the way down the third base line. So Hagens, who struck out, will take first. That's exactly what you want, right?
Yeah.
I remember as a kid when I was playing pee-wee ball, not to like divert the attention, but I was like, I wonder honestly if when they implemented the drop third strike rule, if it was a pitch, because you know pee-wee ball is whatever, and just if they throw it in the other batter's box, if I just swing, I'm probably taking first.
Yeah.
Well, the second baseman, Brennan Fudger, digs in. Right on right, 2 away. Hagens at first. Parker trying to work around now a 2-out base runner. First pitch is a fastball called. Strike 1 on the outside edge.
Well, I like the idea of calling 6 runs in the first inning a pachyderm that you have to eat one bite at a time.
Pachyderm, that's good.
It's better than calling it, the elephant.
Oh, the 0-1. Breaking ball wide. Ball 1. So 1-1 count, 2 gone. Bottom of the first, 6-0 lead for North Augusta, but the 2-1-5's red team's got some bats trying to make some plays here and get back into this one. Pick off back at first. Hagens, I wouldn't say is a stolen base threat. He does have 2 on the summer, but he's been caught 1 time as well. To see how they want to utilize him over at first. Doesn't go. The 0-1. There's a hard hit right back up the middle. The shortstop Morrison slides but can't make the play. It trickles in the center. Everybody's safe, and that one will rightfully be ruled a hit for Fudger. It's a 2-out single in the first one of the evening for the 2-1-5.
Yeah, shortstop did a good job just getting to it.
Yeah, Morrison's range has been shown off. That one's not on him, just a ball that kicked up and almost could have potentially gotten to third for Higgins if it not was for his speed. So now Colton Cowling digs in, right on right. What's up?
Oh, he's just going to make another parent mad at you?
Oh, great.
Chris Montague, because Higgins' dad's...
Well, you'll get over it. Maybe. He's over there.
Yeah, he's way over there. He can't hear you.
Change up, strike one. Swung on missed. Hey, Montague agreed with me. I don't want to hear it. You can't get mad. It was the Hernandez that you can get mad at. Right on right. Parker deals. That pitch away in the dirt. Now will get away from the catcher long. Both runners move 90 feet closer. Fudger to second. Higgins to third off the wild pitch.
I don't know about on the base paths, but he's intimidating on the mound.
I never said you. I can't agree with that. Does have a save on the summer.
Yeah.
But no, hey, the speedster came around from first to score on a RBI double from Dylan Hernandez against Miller. One of my other highlights as well.
Yeah, that's right.
If you can't tell, I've been putting this together lately. 1-1-2 gone. Runners at second and third here for Colton Cowling. Parker fires the fastball. Upstairs, Cowling holds the swing back. It's 2-1. What the heck?
What's that?
I don't know, for whatever reason, my screen got very dim, and now I can't see anything. Cool. 2-1 on the way from Parker. Swung through a heater. It's 2-2. I mean, I don't know why it's got dim so quickly. I don't have auto dim on.
See us take a couple big bites out of this elephant.
There, we could take two of them right here if Cowling can get one to the outfield. The 2-2. Swung through an upstairs heater, and that will retire the side. Parker leaves two on the base pass, and the 2-1-5 will head back to the field, down 6-0 going to the top of the second. Welcome back to Falcon Field. Looks like a new pitcher on the hill, I believe, for the 2-1-5. Or no, that is Hank. Never mind. I know. Well, Luke's not at short anymore, so that's what I was going off of. Well, Hank Gaines is back out there. Excuse me. First pitch, changeup called. Strike one. Right on left is A.J. Warren will lead off the second. He had a single back in the first where he came around to score the second run of the game.
Yeah. No, the team gave up 6 runs in the first, but it wasn't Hank's fault.
No, I would agree with that. The 0-1. Fastball runs way in tight. Warren has to get out of the way. So it's not Lockhart at short. They have to update that over there, but I'll wait for that, I believe. Oh, I have to check real quick. I don't know who's all available off the decks. No, the Clarys are still in right and short third. 1-1. Change up upstairs, ball 2.
Ben Carton on the roster?
He might, yes, actually that is Ben Carton. He's on my roster, but he is on this roster.
Because he's on the, what do you call it? The
AAA?
AA team.
AA. 2-1 on the way from Gaines. Fastball is tapped foul here from Warren. It's 2-2. No. So yeah, Ben Carton.
Looks like him, so.
I don't think Lockhart's there. I think it's still Fudger at second.
Yeah, that is Brennan at second. Yeah.
Yes. So there we go. I'm not familiar with all the faces yet. 2-2 on the way from Gaines. Curveball is chopped to the right side. Foul will stay there.
Yeah. I've known Brennan since he was, I don't know, 6.
I believe
5.
you know faces better than I do for Flora.
I coached his younger brother in soccer a bunch.
Of course you did.
And Brennan in church basketball.
Aha. 2's on the way. That one's lined into right field, but Clary has a read, and Cole Clary snares it out of the air for out number 1. I feel like I have to clarify what Clary it is every time.
Yeah.
But no, that was lined right at the right fielder, Cole Clary. That will be out number 1. And that will be Evan Bates digging in right here against Gaines. It's Warren Bates Morrison here in the top of the second. There's now 1 gone as the left fielder reached on a fielder's choice last time. We'll see if he can get a hit this time. On the way from Gaines, the curveball. Call. Strike 1 on the outside edge. Gaines for JV had a 1.08 ERA over 13 innings pitched this past season for Flora. As the 0-1 from the right-hander fired. Breaking ball misses wide. It's 1-1 here against the cleanup hitter.
1.08 is good.
Usually that means you had a good season, yes. Even if it was only over 13 innings pitched. The 1-1. Breaking ball called, strike 2. Gaines showing off why he had that 1.08. Breaking ball fooled Bates and froze him. I will say Bates is currently in the lead for the dirtiest uniform out here.
Top of the second. Come on.
I mean, hey, I'm just putting it out there.
His mom's going to be mad at him.
The 1-2. That one's flown out to right field. Cole Clary comes in, and he's got a read yet again. Makes the one-handed grab for out number 2. Currently, it's the Cole Clary show out there in right.
Yeah.
Back-to-back outs can make this a quick second inning here for North Augusta, but it runs through the shortstop, Dylan Morrison. Morrison on a nice play to potentially keep a runner off the board. A wild pitch that would have eventually scored Hagens if he was at third, but instead a nice play up the middle from the shortstop kept him at second. Now he looks to get his first hit of the night after going 0 for 1 off an error in the first inning. Left-hander digs in, the right-hander fires the changeup. A big swing and a miss from Morrison. It's 0-1. I will say the clouds are saving me right now, Jeff, from losing my mind.
Oh, man, it's great.
The 0-1. That one's hammered in the right field. Cole Clary takes a couple of steps back and will make the two-handed grab to retire the side. The Cole Clary show. Line out, fly out, and a line/fly out, depending on what you want to rule. But 3 up, 3 down, and no doubt about it. We're going to the bottom of the second, down 6. Welcome back to Falcon Field as Coach Dorsey giving James Helfer some advice before he steps into the right-handed box. Parker will step back on the hill after navigating through 2 base runners in the first. Right on right, the first pitch. That one's grounded up the middle. The wrong run from Morrison's not in time. It'll trickle into center. Whatever Coach Dorsey told Helfer was good. It's a leadoff single off of one pitch.
Hit ball hard.
Sure, that's what he told. Another
caveman see-ball hit a ball.
score-changing note for the 2-1-5. McLean Knight's ball was now ruled a hit, so it was 2 hits in the first inning for the 2-1-5. Instead of a hit in an error. Well, Helfer reaches off of a single up the middle. Now it's Jack Long, the catcher, right on right. Long comes in looking for his 3rd hit of the summer. Helfer not a big lead at first. The first pitch from Parker is a fastball on the outside edge, called strike 1. And we'll also say that was Helfer's first hit of the summer. He's now 1 for 5. Jeff is
how you doing?
Finding time to...
It's Holden.
The 0-1. Swung through a changeup. It's quickly 0-2. Do I supposed to know who Holden is?
Brendan's brother.
Aha, I do know that.
My former soccer star.
Yes, I should have known. Apologies for everyone listening at home. Parker kicks and deals the 0-2. Grounded over to the third base side, over the third base bag into left field for a base knock. Bradley couldn't run it down. Helfer around second. He will be held at third. It'll be a technically second hitter of the inning double. I can't say no-out double, but a no-out double. Puts runners at second and third. Now for Ben Clary. That was a chopper that got over the third base bag. Bradley, who was playing off the bag at third, couldn't run it down. And now Ben Clary has a chance to bring home a couple runners here and cut into the 6-0 lead that North Augusta has. Bottom of the second, as the North Augusta team is, again, has a good summer so far, but the 2-1-5 red team trying to hit their stride here. And it all starts with Ben Clary, the third baseman, right on left. Corners in, middle infield playing back here for the team in black and white. First pitch, that one's chopped over the second. This will be a run. Britton bobbles it. It may be, no, not more, but it will put runners at the corners. That will be an error on Britton, but it does bring home a run. It's now 6-1, North Augusta.
That's Brennan's dad to your left, so don't curse. Or don't say, don't diss Brennan.
I usually don't curse on air, Jeff. I don't think I ever have. Thanks for that, though. Well, now it's Cole Clary, who was the hero of the top of the inning. 3 outs to him in right field. Now the right-hander digs in. Corner still in, middle infield still back. Runner at first goes. The pitch called, strike 1, thrown to the second. Not in time, throwing to home to try to get the runner. The tag is not in time. Sliding under is Long for the second run of the inning. A successful stolen bag by Ben Clary, and now it's 6-2 in favor of North Augusta. But right on cue, 2 bites of the elephant have been taken.
Yeah, that's right.
Jeff said that we shouldn't be saying that, but I'm not complaining.
Shame we didn't get it hit at the bottom of the first.
I know. Could have taken 2 more bites.
Yeah.
Now a throw back to second, and Parker had to throw back to Morrison, who backed off. So it was a throw back to where the shortstop usually plays rather than a throw back to second.
It's a 1-0 count, right? That was a first pitch ball?
I believe it was a first pitch ball.
I think he held up, yeah.
Yeah, I think he was outside. That's why Cole didn't swing. Now Cole shows bunt. That bunt's put right back to the pitcher, Parker. He has no play at third, but he fires the first for out number 1. A runner now moves 90 feet closer. And Ben Clary, he goes to third, and a successful sacrifice bunt from his brother is good for out number 1. We're slowly finding the stride. And now Ben Carton, who took over for Luke Lockard, will step in. Lockard grounded out to the second baseman his first go around, but Carton will see what he can do. Right on right, first pitch. Change-up call, strike 1 on the outside edge. So usually this is when I say, well, it's the second time through the order for Parker. We'll see how he goes, but technically not quite yet since Lockhart's been replaced. The 0-1. Slider stays low and away, ball 1. So count is 1-1, 1 gone here, bottom of the second. The 2-1-5 already have taken 2 home this inning and now looking for some more damage as a runner 90 feet away from home. And Ben Carton going to try to do the job and get McLean Knight up with a chance to do some more damage. Fun start.
Yeah, yeah. I like spotting them runs as long as we can claw them back.
The 1-1. That one slowly grounded over to the first baseman, Warren. The throw into home is offline. That will allow a run to score. Carton will take the hard turn. At first, he'll go to second as that one hit the netting from behind. So Long has to throw his hands up. So that's an error technically on Warren. However, the problem came when the pitcher, Parker, trying to run out of the way, ran right into the throwing lane from Warren, which made him have to double clutch. Clary comes home with the third run. Carton goes to second, and now a mound visit here for Parker.
Yeah, I mean, I think the attempt at home was all the first baseman had, because
he was covered. I think he could have ran down Carton, you think? But the problem is,
I mean, the second baseman wasn't over, so nobody. I mean, I guess he couldn't have known that nobody was covering first.
yeah, no,
He just knew that the pitcher wasn't.
correct.
Because he was next to him.
Yeah, I wasn't. Yeah, it's just there's a learning moment, I guess, in AAA. You know, Parker's got to realize to get out of the way and pretty much duck down when you see that ball's right at first.
Yeah.
Probably just muscle memory of I got to go here when the ball's hit over there, but.
Yeah.
In that sense, it's just unfortunate that he found the throwing lane of Warren.
Yeah.
And probably more fortunate he didn't get hit because Warren was ready to gun him down at home.
Now bat number 1, McLean Knight.
Well, now McLean Knight, as I said, has a chance to do some damage. Runner on second, one gone here in the bottom of the second. The 2-1-5 have 3 runs and now have cut the deficit in half. It's a 6-3 lead for North Augusta. Right on left, now second time through the order. First pitch, change up low, ball 1. So McLean now has a single up the middle, but he was caught stealing back in the first. Throw back to second, got him leaning, but not in time. Tag from Morrison was a good one, but Carton was able to slide under it. Of course, I said it earlier, McLean Knight coming off of his first homer this past weekend, a perfect game event, I believe. Now looking to put his first homer over the wall here at Falcon Field, which he'll call home for the next 3 seasons. The 1-0 is lined hard in the left field side, but it will go foul out of play in a hurry.
I can't remember if I posted the home run derby between him and dang, what's the kid's name? The kid at
Throw back to second. Morrison was not covering, so he has to scramble over to make sure to field that ball before it goes into center. Carton was back either way.
It's Peterson's son, Gavin Peterson. Mike Peterson was one of the linebackers coach at USC. I think he went back to Florida to be a coach. His son was an awesome athlete.
Aha. Fun stuff.
Yeah. And there was a home run battle between him and McLean.
1-1. That ball hits McLean Knight on the foot. Carton got a great read on it, but he'll have to trot all the way back to second. A break there for North Augusta, but now runners at first and second, and the tying run comes up to the dish after falling behind 6-0. It's Cam Higgins. It's been just a rough inning for Parker after back-to-back leadoff hits, a leadoff single, leadoff double. It was an error that brought home a run, and then brought home 2 runs rather. A sacrifice bunt moved a runner over, and then another error brought home the 3rd run of the inning. Now Higgins digs in right on right, fastball way wide, ball 1. Yeah, we have a fun fresh, or I guess technically sophomore class now up. McLean Knight, Riggs Scott headlining that class. As well as Alex Peraza, I would assume, may get some innings this summer, or season. 1-0 changeup called, strike 1 to the outside edge, 1-1 the count.
Yeah, Alex is a year younger than him.
Yeah, that's what that's why I was like, oh, hold up, he'll be a freshman.
Yeah. Yeah, depending on how much he grows, he might be a 3rd starter for varsity.
He pitched very well in that Miller game. 1-1. Breaking ball misses upstairs. Good eye from Higgins. 2-1 count. 1 gone.
For McLean, keeps getting bigger and stronger.
Yeah, McLean is the highest ranked out of those 3. However, they really don't have freshman rankings, so we'll have to see what Peraza. I would assume it's the watch list potentially.
Yeah.
And Riggs got to be climbing as well. Double steal run is swung on and missed. A throw into second. Not in time. Interesting throw into second from Long instead of throwing down to third, which would have been an easier out theoretically in Carton. Both runners are safe, so Knight has a stolen bag after getting caught stealing, and now Carton has a stolen bag. Count 2-2, 1 gone. Runners at second and third here for Higgins, and that'll bring the corners in. Sun setting, still behind the clouds. 2-2 on the way. Changeup swung through and missed for strike 3. Second strikeout of the day for Higgins. Brings out number 2 here in the second. And now it's Brennan Fudger, who's going to try to get some more damage done here against Parker.
Number 9, Brennan Fudger.
So Fudger had a hard hit ball up the middle that Morrison was able to knock down and keep what probably would have been a run off the board back an inning ago. Now Fudger trying to do the same thing here and bring home 2. The first pitch is a changeup that's tapped foul to the right side. It'll be 0-1. Slowly finding my rhythm back, I feel like.
Yeah.
Oh, Jeff, you want to hear a fun stat?
Yeah, let's
that
hear
concerns both of us?
Yeah.
The Mets and Yankees have a combined 9-25 record since June 13th.
Wow.
It's not good. The 0-1. Fastball kicks up some dirt. Nice backhand from long behind the dish.
So it's like 9-5 for the Yankees and 0-15 for the...
We have 2 wins.
Wait, oh, really? They do? So it is 7-6
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
or
pretty much.
something?
The Mets have been miserable as of late.
Yikes.
It's been some tough watches for me as a Mets fan, which is always true, but it's unfortunate when you start that well. 1-1. Breaking ball. That one gets away from long all the way to the backstop. Carton breaks for home. The pitch into home. In time. Nice tap from Parker. Put it down on the left hand of Carton, who got a late jump from third, and that will retire this side. The 2-1-5 leaves some more runners on the base path, but they do get some runs back. They cut the deficit squarely in half. It's 6-3 going to 3 when we come back. Welcome back to Falcon Field. We have a ball game in front of us, folks. 6-3 in favor of North Augusta, and after a 3-up, 3-down inning, we'll see if Post 71 can earn some more runs. It's right on right. First pitch curveball from Gaines in the dirt for ball 1. It's Rutland, Britton, and Prince due up here for North Augusta. Leading it off the DH Rutland, who reached on an error back in the first. Time now called by Rutland in the dish as Gaines is getting ready to go into his wind.
Yeah, 9 runs in the first 2 innings, and it could be a lot more since both teams have left a bunch on, right?
Probably should have been a lot more theoretically, but hey, we'll take it. The 1-0. Curveball call, strike 1, low in the zone. Nice pitch from Gaines there. He's breaking that out more and more. Again, Coach Dorsey's been training up all of these players. He may have said something to Gaines. I know I saw him talking after the first inning to him. Wonder what he was said, but the 1-1 swung through a heater on the outside edge. Quickly 1-2. Gaines is starting to dial in. The rising sophomore of the dish awaits the 1-2. He taps that one slowly back to the mound. Gaines quickly fields it. The throw into first is high and then not in time. It brought Helfer off the bag. I think Gaines need to take maybe 1 or 2 more steps to charge that ball. If he wanted a chance to get Rutland out, it will be an in. No, they're going to roll it in the air. I believe that one's in single in my book. But either way, runner on first. Nobody gone here for North Augusta. So now Madden Britton will come up. He was up in a similar situation where he had an RBI single back in the first. A runner on first now, right on right as Gaines throws back to first. Strong throw, but not in time after a short lead from Rutland. Doesn't get him far off the bag. Gaines sighs and comes home. That pitch is lined right back up into center field, but Knight's got a read. He goes to his right and makes the one-handed grab for out number 1, making Rutland go back to first. Now, McLean Knight will be probably in a battle to start here for the varsity team for AC Flora, as Paul Choate moves on from the team, as well as Zach Sneed. Someone's going to play first for AC Flora, but very talented infield. And then, of course, Tyler is playing left, and Choate was playing right. Left-hander digs into the box. The first pitch breaking ball stays up around the eyes of Charlie Prince. It's 1-0. What are you thinking over there, Jeff?
Well, I guess if they had to play tomorrow, it would be Monty right at first.
Probably Monty at first, as the 1-0 on the way. That fastball is tapped foul, 1-1. Probably Monty at first, Roper second, Jack short, Joe at third,
Yeah.
Tyler left, Dylan behind the dish, obviously. Yeah. Charlie in center, and that battle for right field is going to be a fun one.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like. Which is, you know, weirdly enough, where a very talented Charlie Scott played for his first year. 1-1, the right-hander fires. Gaines with the changeup low in the zone, called strike 2 here against Prince, who's looking for his first hit after reaching on an error back in the first inning.
Yeah, bunch of options.
Yeah, Rick Scott has a very big chance to play.
Rick Scott, yeah, both of those two.
I didn't see Scott taking that bat last year, which is why I didn't include him in the initial. But
no, but he did the previous year, right? He played.
Kind of, I guess.
Come in sub in right field. Well, I guess he was mostly pinch running.
Yeah. We'll have to see where Coach Halla goes in this battle.
Yeah.
For that, though, a pickoff back at first, not in time. Rutland dives back in safely. He's got options. There's no doubt about that one. It just kind of depends on who he wants to put in. And, of course, you could always, if you know, depending on what you want to do, you can move Tyler into the infield and put 2 corner outfielders up, or, you know, figure that out. I'm sure people can play different positions. I was talking to Tyler's dad, and, you know, Tyler and Dylan can play in the outfield. You know, he said, and I quote, Dylan is slower, but Tyler's not bad.
Yeah.
And of course, that was his quote, not me. I don't need Jeff yelling at me for that.
Yeah.
So it kind of just depends on what Coach Hallett wants to mix and match. The 1-2, that one's lifted out to right center field, excuse me. But Cole Clary makes a nice play, jumping into the right center gap for out number 2.
You also have Logan and Lucas Price, right?
Yeah, oh yes, I did forget about them. Both Prices. So again, a lot of interesting decisions for Coach Hallett, whatever he wants to do, and potentially change how the lineup is viewed. Well, right on right here for the 9-hole, Jackson Bradley. The third baseman digs in and watches the first pitch breaking ball stay away. Big secondary lead for Rutland, but he skirmishes back to the bag. 1-0. Skirmishes?
Skirmishes, yeah.
Yeah, it works.
Scampers?
Like scampers? I don't know. Gotta find my words again. The 1-0. Fastball call, strike 1. Nice pitch on the outside edge against the right-hander. It's 1-1 with 2 gone in the top of the third. 6-3 lead for post 71. As the 2-1-5 trying to get back to the dugout here and keep post 71 off the board for the second straight inning. 1-1. That one's lifted on the right side, but it will go foul and out of play towards our walkway. And now it's 1-2. Gaines trying to have a very solid second go-around through the order. He's retired 6 of his last 7 batters and looking to make it 7 of his last 8. He's ahead 1-2.
We didn't even bring up Rohan Bremer, did we?
Oh my gosh, I forgot about Rohan. The 1-2 is grounded over to the shortstop Carton, off his foot into center field. Knight picks it up. Now a throw into third on a line. Did he get on the tag from Clary? Not in time. A nice swim move from Lutman to go around it, but a great throw from McLean Knight.
Huh?
I'm going to say he swum around the tag, I'm going to assume.
I think he got him on the chest before. It's almost like the official was looking for a tag on the hand.
I unfortunately wasn't. I did not. I saw it as a swim move. You have a better view than I am with the camera right in front of you. I would assume Rohan DHs again or plays, but Rohan's not an outfielder, so you got to move one of the 4 infielders to the outfield. Rohan can obviously play in the infield, but it kind of just depends on who you want to put.
All right, he's been third base a little bit, first base a little bit.
He's listed by Diamond Prospects as a corner infielder, which is first, third.
Yeah, that's both of them, yeah.
Yes, that's what I was saying. But like the point is, you got to move someone to the outfield, and I'm not sure who you moved to the outfield.
Yeah.
Pick off at third, and well, no one was covering third as Claire was off the bag, so faked by Gaines. Well, the left-handed Wyatt Long back up at the dish, top of the order, the first pitch. Fastball upstairs, ball 1. Long has reached twice. He has 2 singles and an RBI along with that, both of them in the first inning. Runners at the corners. Gaines kick steals the 1-0. Change up called, strike 1. Bound belt high for Long. Gaines comes set. He'll kick and deal. Runner at first goes. The pitch is flown to the left side. Foul out of play. So a long run for second for Bradley will make him go all the way back to first. It'll be 1-2, 2 gone. But very talented Falcon lineup will be presented next year. As I said, the question mark comes with who's going to be that second starter for the Falcons on Thursday. Because I promise you Sam's going every Tuesday. Gaines will kick and deal the 1-2. Off the hands, up the middle. Carton's got a shortstop, has it, and he'll step on the second base bag to retire the side. Nice pitch from Gaines. He gets Long to kind of muscle out to the shortstop, and that will retire the side. The 2-1-5 leave 2 North Augustians stranded on the base pass, and we'll go to the bottom of the third when we come back. Welcome back to Falcon Field, and Brennan Fudger will be back up at the dish after he was at the dish when a runner got thrown out trying to go home, and we'll see what he can do. Right on right, first pitch breaking ball low, ball 1. Yeah, it was Ben Carton trying to come home and score, but he was thrown out after a nice flip from Long to Parker. The 1-0. Change up outside, ball 2.
Let's go, Brennan.
Parker kicks and deals the 2-0. Change up call, strike 1 on the inside edge. It'll be 2-1 here against Fudger. Fudger reached off of an infield single that got past the shortstop Morrison. So he's 1 for 1, 2-1 on the way. He lines that one to the right field side, but it will go foul. It'll stay 2-2. I really need to turn my auto brightness just off in general and figure that out later. So that's like the 3rd time now it's gone dark, even though it's almost dark here. That's, well, I don't know. It just doesn't like me, I guess, today, which is fine, but not fun for me.
Yeah.
Fudger awaits. Parker comes home. The 2-2 to Fudger. Fastball low, filler up. 3-2, nobody gone, bottom 3. The 2-1-5 trailing 6-3, but after a strong bottom of the second, they'll look to repeat that success and potentially tie this game. Of course, long way to go. The payoff from Parker. That one stays away, ball 4. Great eye from Fudger. He draws the leadoff walk here to begin the third. So a great eye from Fudger would now bring up Colton Cowling. Cowling struck out swinging to begin, well, to end the first. Now the Dreher Blue Devils step back in. Before we get there, though, pickoff back to first. Fudger will dive back safely. Fudger has 3 stolen bags this summer. And he may be trying to look for a 4th, but as long as Parker keeps picking over, which he just did right there again, he won't get a chance. Of course, Fudger heads up base running, dives back in safely. Parker finally comes home. The first pitch is check swung from Cowling to the right side. It will go foul. 0-1. Due up here for the 2-1-5 in the third. It's Fudger, Cowling, and Helfer. Jack Long is the 4th batter if it gets that far. The 0-1. Swung through. Fastball upstairs. It's 0-2. Another pickoff back to first, the 3rd one. Luckily, Parker is not playing in the MLB. Well, maybe not luckily, but you get the idea because that would have been a free bag. That one is swung through, low in the zone. Strikeout number 4 now for Parker, and out number 1 here in the third. I changed my brightness to auto.
Do you have amphetamine on yours? You get that.
I just turned my auto brightness off, so we're gonna be good. So now James Helfer up for the 2nd time. He led off what was a successful last inning for the 2-1-5 with a leadoff single up the middle. Now he's got a runner at first, 1 gone here, right on right in the bottom of the third. Parker kicks and deals. The first pitch is chopped foul right back into Helfer. He was in the box, so it is strike number 1. And Jeff and I won't be doing another game this week, but we will see y'all in 1 week from tomorrow for the final regular season senior game, potentially. Probably. The 0-1. Slider stays away, ball 1. They at least at home, they have 3 more games after that.
Yeah.
2 at Chapin Newberry and 1 at West Columbia. Until playoffs, of course, which they're currently leading their division, so hopefully stays that way. Runner at first goes, the 1-1. That one's lined through the left side of the infield for a base knock into shallow left. A good job from the left fielder Bates to get that in quickly, making what seems to be Fudger stay at second after he looked like he wanted a hard turn. But now back-to-back singles for Helfer puts runners now at first and second with only 1 out for Jack Long.
Yeah, I love it when a call-up goes 2 for 2.
That's what you're looking for. So Jack Long, who had a double over the third base bag back an inning ago, now has runners at first and second, meaning if he does that again, he will probably bring a runner home. Probably, of course. Right on right, 1 away. Britton and Morrison harassing the second base runner, but now Parker fires home. That pitch is grounded over to the shortstop. Fielded by Morrison, on to second for 1. It is held by Britton, but after a wide throw, there's no play at first. It's good for out number 2. It throws out Helfer trying to go. Fudger will take third, and off the fielder's choice, Long takes first. And now it'll be Ben Clary who's going to try to extend the inning. It was a hit very strongly to the shortstop Morrison, who fielded that on the hop. Nice throw into second. Nice snag from Britton to hang on to the bag. So now runners at the corners, 2 gone, bottom 3, and it's Ben Clary trying to maybe extend the inning and get his brother up to potentially add on. Before we get there, though, pick off back at first where Long Swan dives back in safely. First pitch to Clary. That one's called. Ball 1, the throw into second as a double steal does not work. He's thrown out before the runner can touch home. Now it's the second straight inning. A runner has been thrown out to end the inning, and the 2-1-5 leave 2 more on the base pass They trail 6-3, going to 4 when we come back. Welcome back here to Falcon Field after what was a very hot day. The clouds have given us a lot of cover, and now the sun sets here in Forest Acres, South Carolina. As we're about to hit the halfway mark, it's Hank Gaines, the right-handed pitcher, coming home to the right-handed Colin Neal. The first pitch, fastball away, ball 1. Gaines, who wasn't all his fault, but it was a rough first inning for the 2-1-5, is now settled in quite nicely. Puts 2 zeros up on the scoreboard. Now he looks to put up a third straight. Neal awaits the 1-0. Curveball called, strike 1 right across the heart of the plate. It'll be 1-1 here to Neal, who's 0 for 2 today. A fly out to the center fielder and a strikeout looking. Gaines winds and deals the 1-1. Fastball, that one's lined into right center field. Going back is Cole Clary. He's got a read, but it will one bounce the wall. Stroked by Neal, who will stand in a second for a leadoff double. Looked like Cole Clary almost ran that one down, maybe a step behind. So now a leadoff double puts North Augusta with a chance to try to increase their 6-3 lead. It'll be the 3-hole first baseman A.J. Warren, who's 1 for 2. He'll get his first cracks at it, right on left. We'll see how Gaines responds. Pick off at second, but Carton didn't cover the bag, so getting back to second standing is Neal. There we go. Good words, Alex. No yawning, Jeff. I don't care if you've had a long day.
Oh, man, it has been.
That's on you, I would assume.
Yeah.
The first pitch, grounded over to the first base side. The glove not made by Helfer. It goes on the right field. Getting the windmill around third is Neal, and that will be ruled as a hit and an RBI single for Warren. It's 7-3 North Augusta.
Yeah, you got to get a knee down on that, I think.
I would agree. Just try to protect a runner that did come home from second from coming home from second.
Yeah.
Unable to do so. So back-to-back hits to lead off the fourth. Increase this North Augusta lead 7-3. I believe that's only the second earned run, though, allowed from Gaines. So right on right, that chopper over the third base bag. Glove by Clary. Throw on to first. Brings Helfer off the bag, and he can't get back in time. A nice snag from the third baseman, and offline throw gives Evan Bates, I think, an infield single. But they're going to rule out an error here.
Yeah.
Such a tough play.
They had him beat if it was online, right?
Yeah, just a great glove from Clary to even keep that in the infield. So now an error from the third baseman and 2 straight hits to begin the fourth. They've given North Augusta runners at first and second for the left-handed shortstop, Dylan Morrison. Gaines delivers the first pitch curveball in tight. Just stays away from Morrison. Ball 1. The 1-0. Fastball low and away, ball 2. I guess now the question is, Jeff, where do we go in the bullpen here? If you know, because Hank Gaines has how many pitches has Hank thrown?
78, I got.
Say it's not. Yeah, I would assume this is probably near the top of what he's thrown in his high school career. That's the 2-0 on the way from Gaines. Fastball call, strike 1 at the top of the zone. Count moves to 2-1. We barely even let Tyler throw this many pitches when he's our third starter.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Coach Howell didn't let pitchers pitch very many.
Keeps a leash on them, making sure their arms are all right. The 2-1. Fastball up and in, ball 3. In danger of loading the base with nobody out as the DH rider Richland waits on deck. Warren at second, Bates at first. 7-3 lead for North Augusta here in the top of the fourth, looking to add on to that lead. Gaines comes, sets, and delivers. The 3-1 is flown out to right field, but it will curve and start going foul down the right field line. The launch angle was there, but the direction was not. There we go. Full count incoming to Morrison. Waving that pink bat around his shoulder. 3-2 the count. Runners at first and second. Gaines comes set, and Morrison calls time. As the wildlife here in Forest Acres starts making their appearance on the Definite Fiction audio.
Yeah. Cicadas or something.
I think they're cicadas, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not that versed in the Forest Acres wildlife. Payoff, the curveball. Stays upstairs, ball 4. Discipline take from Morrison. Loads the bases with nobody out.
Yeah, up over 80. Those are the contrast between Coach Hallett and Dreer's former coach. You know, Hallett will, pull pitchers after 40 to 50 in that range pitches. The old Dreer pitcher, or coach, pitched Miller, Nolan, and Matt Moore.
Geez, that first pitch is shot out to left center field. That will be gapped for extra bases. It'll at least bring home 2. Warren comes home from third. Coming around second is Bates. Get the windmill from first is Morrison. A stand-up double. The relay throw to the plate is not in time. It's bases clearing. And now Rutland will get back to second. Bases clearing double into the left center field gap. It's 10-3 North Augusta. Now Rutland 2 for 3, a single and a double. That one brings the hammer down here for North Augusta. 4 runs, still nobody gone, and this may be all for Gaines, who has probably gone above what his pitch limit was today. I'm assuming we'll be right back here, right, Jeff? Or are we going to wait? No music, so
yeah,
it's up to you.
Yeah, no music. We'll just keep it right here.
All right.
We won't go to a commercial break.
No commercial breaks on Definite Fiction.
Yeah.
At least when there's no music.
That's right. I need to probably look into getting us some commercials in the fall.
Some commercials. That's our new advertising revenue?
Oh, yeah, not commercials. Advertisers.
Uh-oh.
The sponsors.
If anyone's listening and wants to sponsor for Flora football,
Yeah.
a lot of people listen.
Yeah, especially, I mean, this football season should have bunches of eyeballs wanting to watch the Flora offense.
Expecting an 8-9 win season. No pressure, boys.
Yeah. we don't have to line up for any of those games, so it's easy for us to say.
You better win. From the broadcaster who gets to sit in the top of the press box every game. And the streamer that gets to sit on top of the press box every game.
Yeah.
Well, it's right on right. Madden Britton now the sixth batter of the inning. First pitch curveball call, strike one in the inside part of the plate. Gain is still in there.
Yeah, clear the pitch count. All right. Back up.
Be better, Jeff.
Yeah, I know. Oh, wait, that was a strike?
Yes, 0-1.
Oh, I'm even worse.
Jeesh. You should give me the score bug. The 0-1. Change up low, ball one. Nice job from long behind the dish to keep it in front. So Neal led off with a leadoff double into right center field, and it was a single from Warren, an error that got Bates aboard, a walk to Morrison, and a bases clearing double from Rutland. That's how this post-71 team has gotten 4 in the top of the 4th. The right-hander fires the 1-1. That one's chopped over to the left side, a high chopper that's fielded in foul ground from Clary. The third baseman made a strong throw to first, but was not needed. It'll be 1-2. Well, since we're here and there is another game that I may have thought, or may or may not have thought was being played here tonight.
Yeah.
We can say that Richland 215's Gold is up 2-1 over against Aiken, post 26/153, I believe. There was 2 of them. And I can only see one of them. The 1-2 from Gaines. The curveball is chopped over to the shortstop Carton. He waits back on it. The strong throw to first is in time. Nice arm for out number 1. Runner moves to third. But there is one away. Much needed first out of the inning. And now that may be all for Gaines. After the second pitch, now visit of the inning. Seems like they're on the top of the 6th where the Gold team going to try to fend off some...
The right fielder, Clary, is coming in, I think.
Yeah, which is
Cole?
Cole. Yes, Cole's the pitcher of the 2, so that does make sense. That was my, actually, that was my prediction if we did go to the bullpen. So I am right.
Well, you have to say it before it happens.
I thought I did I not?
Oh, no. Maybe you did.
Maybe I did, I don't know. Yeah.
You could have.
I very well could have. I think I did. So I think Hank Gaines will go to right, and we'll have a pitching change right here at Falcon Field when we come back. All right, so a couple of changes. Just a simple one. Cole Clary and Hank Gaines change spots. So Cole Clary coming in from right will relieve Gaines. You'll get Charlie Prince to lead it off. First pitch right on left is low, ball 1. Prince looking for his first hit. He's 0 for 1 with a walk and a flyout. Well, Cole Clary, making his 7th appearance of the summer, has given up 6 earned runs over 10 2/3 innings. The 1-and-0 changeup stays away. Ball 2. Never easy to be Cole called from right field, but that's what Cole Clary is going to try to work through here. The 2-0 is slowly rolled over to the right side in foul ground. It'll be 2-1, I believe. Correct, Jeff?
2-1.
Yeah, okay. Making sure.
Yeah, they got it wrong up there.
That's why I was asking. I was like, I'm pretty sure it's 2-1. But you never know. Never know.
The Cole Clary cold call.
The Cole Clary cold call. We've seen it a couple times. It worked for the 2-1-5 before. We'll have to see if it can continue. The 3-1. Or the 2-1, excuse me. Change up in the dirt. Screwed me up. And now it's 3-1. There we go. First try, right?
First try.
It's our bat. We're, we take a vacation every week. It's easy to kind of get lost everywhere, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm going to go with. The 3-1 from Clary. Fastball low and in, ball 4. Puts runners at the corners with 1 gone. So now the 9-hole, Jackson Bradley will come up for the 3rd time. He's reached both times off of errors. You got to imagine Prince, that first will be going first pitch. He does. On the way. Fastball low, gets away from Long all the way to the backstop. A great jump from Richland. And he comes home to score the 5th run of the game from 3rd. Going to 2nd is Prince. It's now 11-3. So North Augusta now 5 runs here in the top of the 4th. Runner on 2nd, 1-0, count, 1 gone. Right on right. Firing is Clary. It's foul tipped into the glove. A fastball up in the zone. Strike 1. I feel like I hear more bugs than I hear myself.
Oh, no.
It's not fun.
It's kind of freaky.
Yeah, it's weird. 1-1. Breaking ball outside, ball 2. Of course, after Bradley, the lineup flips over. It's the leadoff man, Wyatt Long, and then Colin Neal. Neal led off the inning, if it gets that far, of course. Clary, his crouch stance on the hill. Comes set, the 2-1. Fastball behind Bradley. You okay, Jeff?
Yeah, I love that.
Bradley had to move out of the way towards the home plate. And it'll be 3-1. First base is open, but Clary in danger of walking back-to-back batters in his first 2 that he's faced this evening. The 3-1. Swung through, changeup low in the zone. It's strike number 2. And Clary has a chance to get a big out number 2 here. Leadoff man awaits on deck. 3-2 count, 1 gone. Clary sets and delivers. The pitch is sliced and foul to the backstop in the right side. We'll do it one more time. And right on cue, Coach Dorsey now directing traffic. His infield looks like he's shifting him over to the right. Interesting decision considering it's a right-handed hitter, so the whole left side of the infield's open, at least as of now. The shortstop, Carton's pretty much up the middle. Clary, the third baseman's over right by his bag. The payoff, one more time, the pitch. Grounded over to the shortstop, Carton. The runner at second jumps over, now a throw to third, and it will be in time. Clary puts the tag on Prince. It'll be a smart out number 2, and that's more on Prince. Instead of running, Prince kind of tried to get in the way of the third baseman, Carton. He made a good field and then threw it to third. Prince gets tagged out for out number 2. Bradley reaches for the 3rd time, this time on a fielder's choice. And now there's a runner on first for Wyatt Long, the leadoff man.
Yeah, smooth throw by Ben.
Smooth play all around by Ben. It's not an easy ball to feel when someone's in your way, but he does a good job of making the clean throw, transition, and everything. Pick off back at first. What would have been a great tag from Helfer is not in time as Bradley gets back in. Helfer behind the back whip around tag. Well, the left-handed Wyatt Long is 2 for 3. He grounded into a fielder's choice to end the third. He has an RBI single and a single back in the first. Another pickoff. That one's close, but Bradley gets back in safely. Due up for the 2-1-5 in the bottom of the fourth. It's 8-9-1, Clary, and Carton. The pitch. That first one to Long, the changeup that misses wide, ball 1.
Good movement, Joel, that boy.
An alliterative lineup coming up for 2-1-5. That's got to be 3 runs.
I hope so. Well, it's BC, CC, and then BC again, so.
Oh, man.
That's pretty cool. Parker trying to stay warm over there in the North Augusta bullpen. Another pickoff yet again. Not in time as Bradley's not attempted to steal a bag quite yet, but potentially could be doing so and trying to get another runner in scoring position for North Augusta, who lead it 11-3 here in the top of the fourth. The 1-0 is lined right back up the middle. Knight will come home, but time was granted.
Wait.
I believe the throw in a second. Yep. Okay, they're going to say time was granted by the home plate umpire, who did not throw his hands up. Time was granted. Is the simple answer, I believe. Oh, they're going to call a balk. Okay. They called a balk on Clary. Interesting. I didn't see it. Did you?
Yeah, but why? So if it's a balk on the move toward home?
I have no idea. I didn't see it.
Hitter should be able to hit.
Well, count is now 2-0. Bradley at second. After what would have been a single into center field is now a 2-0 count for the catcher Long. The 2-0. Breaking ball called. Strike one on the outside edge. Nice pitch from Clary. Maybe his best one of his outing so far. Infield playing back here against the left-handed catcher. Clary comes set and will fire. The 2-1. Long shoots that one to deep right field. Gaines goes back, he looks up, and it's over his head. And it will go all the way to the wall. So an RBI double from Long coming around from second is Bradley. That'll be the 6th run of the inning, and now a 12-3 lead for North Augusta. I thought that one almost was going to leave the yard, but instead just a long RBI double. Oof. That one was a missile. So now the 10th batter of the inning will be Colin Neal. He led off with a shot into the right center field gap. The 9th hit for North Augusta. And now their 12th run. They lead it 12-3. Of course, have to be obligated to say it. 10 runs through 5 is the run rule here at AAA. First pitch is low in the dirt. Ball 1 gets away from the catcher Long, and that allows the runner Long to move to third. Of course, the 2-1-5 have at least 2 chances to come and make sure that doesn't happen. Hopefully more as of now. They're only down by 9, but...
Still got 9 outs left.
Oh, you got a lot of time left. 1-0. Breaking ball, misses low, ball 2. When I went to Wrigley, I saw a lot of runs. I think I saw 7 homers that day.
Jeez.
Well, as I told my friend, it's so hot that every ball that was put in the air went to the warning track or farther. The 2-0 from Clary. A high chopper over to the right side that goes past the second baseman and the first baseman in the right field. An RBI single from Neal. It's now a 7-run inning for North Augusta, 13-3 lead. Let's just say, Jeff, it was so hot at Chicago that the side there was our side. We were in the shade.
Yeah.
But the first base side, when a cloud came over, they cheered. It was extremely hot with no wind. Well, there actually was a lot of wind, but not where we were. We were covered. So.
Yeah.
So now the 11th batter of the inning, A.J. Warren, who had an RBI single earlier in the inning, will step into the left-handed box. Runner on first, still 2 away in the top of the 4th. He's 2 for 3 with 2 singles and a line out. The first pitch. Change up outside, ball 1. Clary comes set. Pick off back at first. Diving back safely is Neal. Clary comes set yet again. The 1-0. That one's off the hands and shot to the left side. Foul out of play. It'll be 1-1 to Warren.
This is the same inning that Gaines started.
Yes.
Oh, jeez. This is a long inning, right? Long half an inning.
Way to sugarcoat it, Jeff.
just realizing stuff all the time.
The 1-1. Breaking ball wide, ball 2. At least you were nice about it. Whew.
2 outs.
Oh, I mean, yeah, just one swing away to get it out of the inning. Easy enough, right?
Mm-hmm. Let's do that.
That's what I'm hoping for. The 2-1. That one's rolled over to the right side. The second baseman, Fudger's got it. The throw on to first is just in time to beat Warren, and that will retire the side, but North Augusta strikes a 7-bomb in the top of the 4th, gives them a 10-run lead, 13-3 going to the bottom of the 4th. Welcome back to Falcon Field. First pitch away, ball 1, righty on lefty. As it's, I believe, Ben Clary leading it off here in the inning. It's Ben Clary, Cole Clary, and Ben Carton due up in the inning. The 1-0 is popped foul.
We've had plenty of base running. So
correct. Just gotta get some more on. Parker still in the 1-1. A half swing and a changeup low in the dirt. It's now 1-2 here. Clary reached on an error, came around to score the 3rd run of the 2nd inning. So technically 0 for 1, but in a good way. The 1-2. That ball is spiked into the dirt. Nice job from Clary to stay away. Now the 2-2 on the way. The pitch swung through. Fastball blown by Clary for out number 1. the 5th strikeout of the evening for Parker, and out number 1 here in the bottom of the 4th. Now the 9-hole Cole Clary comes up, who laid down a beautiful sacrifice bunt his first go around. Parker delivers the first pitch to Clary. Call, strike 1, fastball on the outside edge.
Parker looks better than he's looked all game.
So he dialed in after the extended top of the 4th. Gave him a chance to reset potentially. The 0-1. Breaking ball swung through up in the zone. Strike 2, his nastiest pitch of his outing. That may have been a slide piece. The 0-2. Swung through, a fastball on the outside edge. 3 pitches, gets Cole Clary to go down swinging. Back-to-back strikeouts now in 2 away here in the 4th. Now top of the order back up, Ben Carton. Carton reached on an error back in the 2nd where he was left stranded trying to go to 3rd. Right on right. First pitch, fastball skips in for ball 1. Nice job from Carton. Of course, the dangerous McLean Knight awaits on deck, and I have some good news. The Gold team did win 2-1 today, Jeff, so
nice.
Stayed on top as the 1-0 call, strike 1, fastball on the outside edge. Winding and dealing is Parker, the 1-1. Changeup skips into the left-handed box, 2-1. Parker delivers the 2-1s off the hands and muscled foul right behind home plate. Hits the pole, as you probably heard, and that'll be 2-2.
Doink.
Could be worse. It could be the double doink that haunts Bears fans forever.
Wait, what was that?
The double doink.
The double doink?
Remember the double doink? The
No.
Bears? 2-2 on the way. That ball is lined in the right center field. Coming on is Prince, and it will drop right in front of him for a base knock. Carton as his first hit for AAA Red. There we go. You don't remember the double doink in 2017, Jeff?
Double doink.
For the Bears. They were playing the Eagles in the playoffs.
Field goal.
Yep.
Okay, yeah.
Now McLean Knight up for the 3rd time today. He's 1 for 1 with a single and has been hit by a pitch. Talented center fielder looking to maybe drive his first homer here at Falcon Field. Changeup stays wide, ball 1. Of course, as I've said multiple times, McLean coming off a homer this past weekend. We'll just see him do it on here on Definite Fiction. Pick off back at first, not in time. Carton did try to, I believe he did actually steal, hold up, there we go. Carton stole 3rd successfully, technically, as the 0-1 off the hands, popped into left field. Coming on and diving is Bates, and that will take away a hit from McLean Knight to retire this side. Nice job from Parker, 4 up, 3 down, and the 2-1-5 come up empty. It's a 13-3 lead going to the 5th when we come back. Welcome back to Falcon Field. Cam Higgins, who's not going to AC Flora on the hill.
He's going to stay at Dreer.
After Jeff tried to get him to come to Flora, he said, no, I'll stay at Dreer. So unfortunately for Jeff, one of the most fearsome pitchers here for the 2-1-5 red team will be staying at Dreer, and he looks to continue what was a hot last time we saw him. Earned a save. He has 3 appearances, 1 and-0 record in 3 2/3 innings pitched. First pitch, fastballs away, right on, right here to begin the 5th. It's 4-5-6, Bates, Morrison, Rutland, who will get Higgins here at Falcon Field. Don't worry, though. He will be at Falcon Field next year playing against AC Flora, as Dreer and AC Flora in the same region.
Right.
1-0 is lined over the second baseman in the right field for a base knock. And that is the first hit of the evening for Bates in his 3rd time reaching after reaching on an error and a fielder's choice. And now Dylan Morrison due up. He's also reached twice off a walk and an error. Right on left here for Higgins. I'm not sure. I believe Gain is stayed in the game in right field, but I cannot tell. Jeff may be able to tell better than I can. I'll try, though.
Sort of looks like him over there.
Higgins looks back at first and fires home. The right-hander overthrows a fastball in the dirt. Ball 1.
No, that's a Clary.
That's Clary? Okay. So Cole Clary goes back to right. Gaines will be out of the game. And, of course, the DH Higgins comes in to pitch. Fortunately, my eyesight's not that good, Jeff. The 1-0. Fastball called. Strike 1. Top of the zone there for Higgins. I will say the bat of the day goes to Morrison. I love a good pink bat. Doesn't beat Harrison Bader's Chug Jug bat, but it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Even though I didn't play Fortnite, so I don't really care. Still a cool bat. 1-1. Change up away. Ball 2. I know Jeff's played some Fortnite with his sons.
I do play some Fortnite every now and then.
I'm just waiting for the new college football game that comes out next week. Yeah, late next week. Aren't you excited, Jeff?
Wait, that's next week?
Or is it next week? I thought it was the 10th, is it not?
I don't know.
I'll have to check in a second. Higgins kicks and deals to 2-1. Fastball upstairs, gets away from Long. That'll allow the runner at first, Bates, to scamper over to second.
Yeah,
All I know is it's coming.
Week from Thursday?
That's what I was thinking. I thought it was the 10th.
Dang, that's early though, isn't it?
And that's about when they came out last year. Yeah, July 10th.
I guess so, because Madden comes out, what, mid or early
August. Which it's a month before the season usually, so it's about right. It's not exactly right, but it's good enough. This was around the time last year. 2 dynasties already set up. Let's go. 3-1. Fastball high and tight ball 4. A 5-pitch walk to Morrison puts runners at first and second with nobody gone. So the DH rider, Rutland, comes back up for the 4th time. He's reached all 3 times in his previous plate appearances, including what was a bases clearing 3 RBI double back in the 4th. He's also singled and reached under there. Right on right. Nobody gone. Top 5. 10-run lead for post 71, 13-3. The early access is July 7th, but I'm not getting it. Well, I'm not buying it this year. Me and my friend game shared.
You're not a fan?
No, my friend and I are game sharing, so he's buying it for me.
Oh, really?
Game sharing is a cheat code. You just game share with people, and I don't know. There's no cost. And you just get their
How
games.
does this happen?
You
get it downloaded to 2 systems?
Yeah. I'll look it up. It's one of the weirdest things. I've never heard of it, but it's really cool. First pitch on the way from Higgins. Curveball swung through for strike 1. Rutland was way ahead of it. Basically, yeah, if you like link your 2 systems together, like in your accounts, like you can game share. So like I can technically, even though I don't have Red Dead Redemption, I can play Red Dead Redemption. There we go.
You just can't say it.
I never said I could talk. The 0-1. Fastball low and inside, ball 1. I don't play, those aren't kind of my games, you know, even though I might start playing those. I've been meaning to start gaming in the summer just because of how much free time I have.
Yeah.
Comparatively, because I feel like my weekends are taken up by football in the fall. The 1-1. Breaking ball is tapped foul. It'll be 1-2 here. As Jeff said, it's a nice moon outside today, Jeff.
Yeah, it's pretty.
High in the sky.
Like a big pizza pie.
Lights come on, Falcon Field, 1 and 2, nobody gone. Called time is Rutland. After him, it's Britton, Prince, and Bradley. 2-1-5 just trying to navigate through the 5th and keep this game going into the 6th. The 1-2 from Higgins. Breaking ball over the head of Rutland. It'll be 2-2. Long pause. Now Higgins winds and deals. The 2-2. Breaking ball is fouled off. Nice job from Rutland to stay alive. I was watching a TikTok, Jeff, and you'll appreciate this. Someone's like, there are like 5 unknown towns in South Carolina, and one was the city of Red Roses.
Oh man, I love that place.
They called it Lancaster or Lancaster. I was
Lancaster?
Like, yeah, I said It was AI.
Lancaster.
Lancaster. I didn't know that either, to be fair, but you get the idea. I was like, oh yeah, I've been to that place. Really cool baseball or football stadium.
Yeah, it was fun.
2-2. Breaking ball swung through and missed. Strikeout number 1 for Higgins, and out number 1 here in the 5th.
Yeah, I was just thinking, figure out some ways to step up the broadcast this year. I'm thinking like we do, if I can be diligent enough to cut up highlights, after each game, and so like pre-game, we could run through highlights and stuff.
That'd be fun.
I mean, we've done it a couple times, right? But
we did a shaping game, really.
But if we did it like consistently.
Yeah, 3-1 called strike. First 3-1. First pitch called, strike 1 here, right on right for Britton. They just have a 3 on the screen. But
we could do an actual call-in show instead of just.
Oh gosh, an actual call-in show? That's scary.
Instead of just my dad and Austin.
That is scary. I think that can go horribly wrong, Jeff.
Well, we'd have to make sure we know who it is, right?
Well, I mean, yes, because...
Call-in show for anyone that knows my phone number.
Okay, that's fair. I can live with that. I don't need
yeah, just random. I'm not going to put my phone number up on the stream.
You guys suck.
Oh, man. No, but that would be fun.
Yeah, it would be fun if we know him. Give Roper a call on the sideline.
Yeah.
How you feeling, Roper? 1-1.
Charlie, his dad call in.
Hey, so Azel, how does it feel committing to Harvard? We can mic him up mid-game.
Oh man,
Mic up interviews.
Yeah, it would be cool. Like
Coach Floyd may kill us.
Because I've done the sideline camera before.
Oh gosh. Jeff's excited.
It would be cool, but I mean, I actually have to have a volunteer to do that, like somebody to man the camera.
Austin Scott, hi, how you doing? 1-2 on the way. Swung through and missed. Change up in the dirt, gets away from Long. Have to quickly throw it down to first. You're going to try the second for an out. And it is in time.
Oh, wow.
Oh, actually, so no throw down to first. He can't take first because there was a runner on first.
So
that was a throw down to end the inning.
Outs, so they're allowed to advance, yeah.
Strike him out, throw him out to end the frame. There we go. My broadcasting knowledge was work. And we'll go to the bottom of the 5th, trying to at least score 1 to keep the game alive. Welcome back to Falcon Field. The 2-1-5 needs a run to try to extend this game. It'll be 3-4-5. Higgins digs in and watch the fastball stay upstairs. Gray Parker returns to the hill. It's 1-0 here as Higgins looking for his first hit of the evening. He had a great inning on the hill just recently. 1-0. Change up inside, ball 2. We were talking, it's a great play from Long, you know, going back to the top of the 5th. You know, me and Jeff kind of lost sight of it for a second, but the rule is the 2-0 on the way. Is a fastball. That one's lined to deep right field, and that one's hooking towards the right field line, and it will go foul by a couple feet. That one could have gotten the quarter, and Higgins should have taken second, but instead it'll be 2-1. But back to the play, we were talking, me and Jeff, between the break of just, you know, we didn't realize at the time, but you know, the rule is if there's a runner on, except when it's 2 outs, of course. Yeah. When it's 1 out or 2 outs, a runner on first negates a try to drop third strike. So meaning
first base occupied.
Yeah, first base occupied. And Long heads up play, realized I have no play at third. I don't have to throw to first, so let's just throw right down to second. Great play. Out number 3. The 2-1's a fastball blown right by Higgins in the top of the zone, and now it's 2-2.
Yeah, because the guy going to third had a huge jump.
Oh, and throwing
safe by a mile.
Yes, 2-2. That one gets away from the catcher Long, and now it'll be a 3-2. I forgot, it's both catchers are Long. It's kind of fun. One just has an E on the end of his name, but it's silent, don't worry.
Yeah, good.
I talked to his dad, he's like, don't mess that up. I said, I won't. I can do that.
The
3-2. Oh, strike 3. Got him on the outside edge with a fastball. There's one away.
Oops, I have 2 outs somehow. All right. 1 out.
7th strikeout of the evening for Parker, who is dialed in. Technically, none of the runs that came across have been earned. He's allowed 6 hits to the 2-1-5 and has struck out 7. 1 walk, 1 hit by pitch. Now it's Brennan Fudger right on right. First pitch to him is a fastball that stays wide, ball 1. And this will be the last game. The 2-1-5 red team plays at home until the playoffs. We'll have to see if they do earn a playoff bid here. As the 1-0. That one's hammered in the deep left center field. Going over is Bates, but the center fielder Neal will call him off. And he'll make the one-handed grab for out number 2. Strong hit from Fudger, but just got a little too much under it. And now the 2-1-5 down to their final out.
Yeah, I mean, whenever you're down 10, you have to be kind of aggressive because sometimes the pitchers are running downhill pitching because the umps know it's 10 runs. It's not a hot day, but it's, you know, muggy.
You know, it's a summer day in South Carolina. Let me put it that.
Yeah.
Well, the final chance here for the 2-1-5 is Colton Cowling, right on right. Fastball runs in tight, ball 1. Cowling has struck out twice here this evening, looking to try to break that trend and keep the game alive for the 2-1-5. The 1-0. Fastball foul, tipped into the glove. Strike 1. Again, Jeff and I will be back here next Wednesday for the final senior senior team home game in the regular season before playoffs. They host West Columbia. 1-1. That one's flown out to right field. Going over is Prince toward the line. He's got a read, breaking the run, and it will drop in fair territory just out of the reach of Prince. Cowling on his horse to second. He's going to be digging for 3. A strong throw from Prince into the infield. The relay throw is not made. A triple down the right field line for Colton Cowling as he says, we're not done here quite yet. Well, right on cue, let's break out of the strikeout trend with a triple down the right field line. Prince was playing dead right field, making that long run toward the right field line just a half step late. Even the dive was not good enough to make the catch. And now James Helfer represents a chance to try to extend this game. The extending run 90 feet away at third in Cowling. Right on right, 2 away, bottom 5.
James, what, 2 for 2 today?
Yes, I believe. First pitch to Helfer. That one's lined to the second baseman on a hop. Is gloved by Britton. What a play. And that will do it. A hard liner that Britton is one of those that you kind of just hope you feel it on the hop, and he does just that. Makes a great play to end this one as the 2-1-5 get run ruled.
Yeah, that was a good fielding play by the second baseman.
A couple great fielding plays. McLean Knight got robbed by a nice fielding play, and then right there, Britton ends it with some nice glove work. So that'll do it here for the 2-1-5 red team. We will not see them here unless we do a playoff game with them next Tuesday. It kind of depends on weather, of course, permitting. Depending on gold, we'll see what we can do there. Of course,
Yeah.
Jeff and I were talking about maybe potentially going, at least seeing the connection we can get. And
Yeah, and I'll probably run out there at some point, maybe tomorrow or the next day with my hotspot and see if I can get much of a signal.
you also have a Starlink.
Yeah.
It's up to you.
Well, except that it's in hibernation.
Hibernation.
Because it's month to month, like, so I'm not I don't have the subscription going right now,
Oh, I didn't know that.
and I don't know
Hold on,
if I'm
hold
gonna
on.
do it for a game.
It's that much money and it requires subscription?
It's like $50 a month.
What the heck?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. No, so I'll re-up it when football rolls around.
Well, yeah, I had no idea.
Yeah.
So I can turn my auto brightness back on now that I'm not here.
Because with Legion, I mean, there aren't that many games that we do.
No, I don't know.
So I can cover it with my hotspot, and my hotspot is awesome right here. Like, there's no problem.
Oh no, I just assumed it was.
Oh yeah, no, it's not like AT&T or whatever. No, Elon Musk wouldn't do that to us.
No, I just assumed it
He
was.
has all the money. He doesn't need.
Yeah,
he
correct.
doesn't need dead months. You know.
Yeah, no, I just assumed it was. I was like, oh, you just have the Starlink now for forever, but apparently you don't.
No,
So-
I have the Starlink.
Well, yeah, I knew that you have the subscription.
That's purchased. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'll
Yeah. So
re-up it when I need to.
there you go. No, so I'm assuming in a month's time, actually, you're gonna probably re-up it a little, maybe a little more.
I hope so. I hope we get to.
Oh, we're home for the first game.
Go on the road a bunch.
Yeah, we or Jeff were talking, of course, for all the Flora faithful that are planning on tuning in for the football season. There's a lot of good chances for us to call some road games this year. There's a basically, as Jeff put it, I think the last time we were here, he said all the team. There's not been a team that we're going to that said no.
Yeah, that's right.
So now, of course, one of the big ones, we'll have to try to go to Greenville for Southside Christian, or potentially we'll see. We'll probably at least reach out and see what.
Yeah,
what's what.
I'd be surprised if they said no.
What's a very I've actually they were my high school rivals when we were both in 2A for my high school career. They moved up to 3A. Brazier's still 2A because we're a small charter school, and they're, let's just say they won the state championship in 3A, and didn't break a sweat.
Yeah,
Just to put that out there. But
well, you usually private schools don't get hung up on the chance of losing gate money, even though I'm pretty sure my streams have had a net positive impact on attendance to all the sports.
I would
that we've
assume
done.
so. I also think that they're so far away. I mean, it's dead middle of Greenville.
Yeah.
I'm not like Greenville, downtown Greenville, but like it's like I think it's technically Malden, which is
Okay.
at least it's
So it's
basically
close to Christchurch then? Oh, it's Southside Christian, so that would make sense that it's on the south side, right?
they're closest, probably like 20 minutes apart. I have to assume. I don't know exactly what they're a part of. They were also in our region too, Christchurch. So like, they're not far from each other, but it's not like we're like right around the corner. We'd be going the other side of Christchurch. For those who know where I'm from, Christchurch is on one side of Woodruff Road, and Southside Christian's on the other.
Okay.
Basically. So, and Woodruff Road is like the big road that runs through Malden. Is kind of what it is. So, I think how I describe it is probably. There's not really a good way to describe it. Probably Assembly, I guess, is the best way.
Yeah.
One's like near like Main Street, the other one's like near the stadium.
Gotcha.
If that makes sense.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like they're 20 minutes away, but they're not terribly. They're probably farther than that. It's just Woodruff Road's a very long road.
It's probably like 8 minutes on a Saturday afternoon, but during work days, it's 30 minutes.
I probably can look that up actually. Well, Woodruff Road's a very long. Like Woodruff Road's like kind
well,
of.
it goes to Spartanburg, right?
Yeah. So, let's see, Christchurch. This is what everyone wants to listen to as me and Jeff are wrapping up.
Riveted.
Yeah, so Christchurch is about an hour 40 away from us. Let's go to Southside Christian. Yeah, so they're about 15 minutes apart.
Okay.
Yeah, so it'll be probably a little farther us driving up, but we'll take more interstate. It'll just kind of depend on when we get up there.
Yeah.
Yada yada.
But it's not us traveling to North Myrtle Beach or something.
Correct.
You know?
No, it's not terrible. The other ones, of course, R&E said yes 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I wouldn't imagine they'd say no.
I would think they'd be all right.
Yeah. R&Es are on the road. South Point's at home, which is a big one because and Camden at home.
They would say no, yes.
They both say no consistently, which is, well, South Point has to say no, but Camden would say no.
Yeah. And then Drew's always been good about us doing it. They got a bunch of Drew people that subscribe to Definite Fiction as well.
Oh, yeah,
so
no, I would assume they would let us do it as Memorial.
Yeah.
So that's a very nice home game to have.
And then
Well, technically not a home game, but you get the idea.
I guess Lawrence is one of the question marks. I think that they probably be okay, but
Yeah, Lawrence has their
tough
own
to say.
broadcast. I don't really know. And then the other big one is York. I don't know about York.
York let me do baseball playoffs, but that was
Years ago, and this is,
2021.
unfortunately, as you know, as much as we joke about baseball and lacrosse, football is football.
Football's the money sport.
Football's the money sport.
Yeah.
So that
But
is.
I wouldn't be surprised. They're not Rock Hill School District, so there is a chance that we don't have that bar, at least.
Which is good. So that's, I think, for all those who care that are listening here, probably the biggest question marks I would assume are Lawrence, Southside, and York.
Yeah.
I don't see a problem with RNE. I don't see a problem with Dreer that let us stream.
Yeah.
So at least 7 games will be on your screen this summer or this spring or fall.
Fall.
Unfortunately, we're basically our same schedule as last year, but flipped, which kind of blows in that sense of just our bye weeks so late in the year.
Yeah.
But should be a very fun football season. But of course, gotta get through Legion season, and
That's right.
so far, we have some great teams in front of us. Of course, Coach Dorsey and the varsity team will be back on your screen in about a little over a week's time, and hopefully they can get a win. I believe next Monday is when they play, since this is their dead week. I was going to say tomorrow, but they don't play tomorrow.
No. Cool.
All right.
Well, see you next week.
See you next week.
All right.